Shalom, shalom. Let me give all praises and glory and honor to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakak Kwadash. Double honors to my elders at a great millstone, who will well, and much love, peace, and salutations to all the brothers pushing us with wonderful winds. It's sincerity, honesty, and faith. Yahweh, Bahashem, Yeshua, Barakatam, Bahashem, Rakak Kwadash. I just want to get into this article. Maybe not too much of the article, but the topic and the events that took place just of recent, of the past day or two, the assassination, the retaliation by Iran in attacking the American military bases in Iraq, and so on and so forth. So let me get into this article here. It says Trump backs away from further military conflict with Iran, and that's what Trump wants. But at the end of the day, it's what the Heavenly Father wants. Let me get that in the book of Proverbs chapter 21 and 1. It says, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it wheresoever he will. All right, so the king's heart, all right, Donald Trump's a king. All right, the king of Iran, all right, the prime minister, president of all the other countries, they're kings of their lands. All right, the Lord set rulers over them, over all those countries. So it says, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it wheresoever he will. Every way of man is right in his own eyes, but the Lord pondereth the heart. So what Trump is doing right now is he's just delaying an imminent destruction of America, Babylon the Great. And we're not out here to promote Iran or any other nation that's coming against America. All right, we're out here to exalt the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai and to promote the truth. All right, and the waking of the elect. All right, so yes, we're down for the last beast. All right, the fourth beast to go down so that a righteous kingdom can come up. It says the day after Iranian missiles fell on bases housing American troops in Iraq, the president said that no Americans were harmed and that Iran now appears to be standing off. Now, they make it seem like Iran is the aggressor. Now, Iran didn't take any lives, all right? America took lives, all right? They took a life of Soleimani and Iraqi, I don't know if it was a major or general, but he is also a one of the heads out there in the East, in the Middle East. It says, in address to the nation, President Donald Trump spoke about the conflict with Iran after its retaliatory strikes. After its retaliatory strikes on the two bases housing American troops, and announced new economic sanctions against Tehran. Now, they say housing American troops. Now, if troops were housed there, you would assume that they would have gotten hurt. Now, whether it was a phone call or an update or notification, all right, the Americans evacuated those bases, all right, which was pretty much self-explanatory. Once Iran threatened to attack American military base, it's only natural for you to evacuate, all right. So, point is those military bases were most likely not being housed by military troops. So Iran was not being wasn't being so malicious, but they were just letting the West know that if when push comes to shove, man, we're gonna come in swinging. And one thing about this conflict, it has a lot of Jakes, all right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, all right, indigenous tribes, coming out for Trump, all right, because you have no faith, all right, and you trust in oppression. All right, here it is. The so-called black man, Latino man, Native American man is seen as dispensable in the West here. You've been treated like crap. On the socio-economic level, you're nowhere to be found. You possess no wealth when it comes to the wealth of America. You hold very little of it, or none at all. And all of a sudden, you feel like an Uncle Tom, man. You act like an Uncle Tom. All right, you wanna stick close to where power is, all right? And power is not in America, all right? The power is in the Most High Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, all right? So I want to get in a few scriptures here in relating to One thing I noticed amongst the live feeds, whether it be local news, Slakia, your mainstream media, or alternative media, I noticed a lot of you Jakes are for Trump. And that's, of course, it's something that's not unusual for our people, but it's just, this is just to put it out there that you Jakes shouldn't be hand in hand with the wicked. But at the end of the day, as the scriptures say, 2/3 of people got to be put to death. All right, so let me jump to first scripture. This book of Proverbs, or I'll say second scripture. It's like you passed it. Proverbs chapter 3 and 31. It says, "Envy thou not the oppressor." And who's oppressing you? All right, the so-called white man, the Edomites. All right, they've been oppressing you ever since they came to this land. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. And what is the way of Esau? Esau, his way is by the sword. All right, let's get that. By the sword, by thy sword shalt thou live. Let me get Genesis 27. All right, Esau's blessing was the sword. Let's jump down here. Oh, it's like it. Genesis 27:38. And Esau said unto his father, "Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me, O my father." And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, "Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth." And that's what the people see. All right, they're envious. "And of the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live." All right, these Edomites, all right, they use the sword on you Jakes. They use the sword on every other nation in the world, man. All right, as the scripture says in the book of Psalms 58, they weigh the violence of their hands in the earth. All right, they don't hate blood. It says, "And shall serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck." Now the scripture said what? By the sword shalt thou live. And we know that in America has been at war for over, I believe, 85 to 95% of its nativity. And that's saying a lot. All right, that's also making it very, it's verifying that these people are the Edomites of the Holy Scriptures, man. Besides, the word Edom, or the name Edom, means wasted away is he. Or it's like Idawam, which means red. Esau means wasted away is he. And we know who are the red people, wasted away, pale skin, ghostly looking people in the earth. Right? So we went into what? We went to envy not the wicked and choose none of his ways, because our people see safety, all right, in that Jake's got that Uncle Tom spirit. All right. So when they look for safety, they see safety in carnality, all right, in the flesh, rather than staying spiritual or being spiritual and seeing the end of these devils, man. All right. The end of Esau's rule, which is very much needed throughout the whole world, as the scriptures say in the book of Isaiah, or it's like a Jeremiah. When these devils go down, even the trees will rejoice. Right? Let's jump to the book of let's go to envious at the wicked. Let's go prosperity. That's the book of Psalms. This is the book of Psalm 73. And 1 says, "Truly the Most High is good to Israel, even to such as are of a clean heart. But as for me," which the word clean heart means a clean mind, all right, an upright mind. "As for me, my feet were almost gone. My steps had well nigh slipped. For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked." And that's what the people see in America. They see prosperity. All right, the scriptures say that America will no more be called tender and delicate. All right, the merchant city. All right, a lot of riches, lots of prosperity. It says, "For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm, even though they've shed blood." All right, as the scriptures say, "Woe unto him that spoileth, and thou was not spoiled." Let's go to hope I'll come back to that verse there. Isaiah 33:1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. This is America, man. It says, destruction unto thee that spoilest, and has not America overthrown many cities, many democratically elected governments? All right, during the Contra Wars, the Iran-Contra Wars also. And thou wast not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to dealing treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. And that goes into a lot of these nations becoming strong. All right? That's also in the book of Isaiah. Let's go back to the book of Psalms 73. Lord, one, maybe grab that one. Psalm 73. And 4, it says, for there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. It says they are not in trouble as other men. You got all these war crimes being brought up against past presidents, or even past, like you can't past presidents, the military, former retired military colonels, and so on and so forth. And they're not troubled. They don't go to court. All right, they don't go before the Geneva. I don't know what they call it, the Geneva Convention, but War Crimes Tribunal. Neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore pride comes past them. Therefore pride come past them about as a chain, violence cover them as a garment. And that's how America's been going through the world with violence. All right, violence, the sword. Shock and awe, man. Every issue gets solved by a hammer. All right, dropping bombs, right? And a lot of you jakes have been so used to it that you've become comfortable. It says their eyes stand out with fatness, all right? Their eyes stand out with, did not America invade Syria, and now they're profiting off of the oil in Syria? Now they're in South America. They're benefiting off of the what's that mineral? Very needed, very much so needed for electronics. I can't remember the name, but that's Morales' country, right? It says their eyes stand out with fatness. And the scriptures say that you're given the fatness of the earth and the dew of heaven from above. And we know that indicates that this is the Edomite. They have more than heart could wish, all right? You Americans are the most careless, selfish, or self-centered, proud people when it comes to any other nation, man. All right? And these nations are becoming to be very much so fed up of you. It says they are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression, man. Here does you want to speak about a little conflict over in another country, but don't see the oppression that you're committing in your own country. All right? Or the thousands of people on the streets starving, living on the streets. It says they are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily, very proudly. All right, just like Trump, just like your father Trump, your father the devil. It says they set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth. All right, you go and you speak about the heavens. All right, you set your mouth against the heavens, man. And who's in the heavens? The Heavenly Father. All right, you speak wickedly. Right? It says, and their tongue walketh through the earth. All right, you don't care about what you say. You say whatever the hell you want because you're proud. All right, and these nations peep it, and a lot of them take up that wine and they drink it, and then they become defiled and corrupted through your philosophy, man, your way